Morning, folks. It's like 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning. We're going to clean these bikes up this morning. Well, we're going to clean up one of the bikes this morning. We're going to clean up this bike. We're going to clean up the red booster this morning. You see that bike dirty, man. Look at that. Look at that chain. Look at that, man. Dirty. I really don't try not to ride around with my bikes like this, but we're going to clean it up. Wheels, everything to the red booster. And on another day, we'll clean up the gray booster. I took the bike out yesterday and didn't really think too much of it, but when I got to where I was going, which was over at Rob's house, V on Tools, if anybody want to know, looked at the bike and I was like, wow, man, this bike is really dirty. This bike is dirty. So we're going to clean up the bike a little bit, shine her up and get her ready. It's an old bike. It's a 2000, Basically, a lot of the stuff is, like the fairing and stuff, that's original. Fairings and tanks, and the only thing I've changed in there was the motor, because the original motor, I blew the original motor, and look all down there, man. That stuff dirty, that's nasty down there. So, blew the original motor, so I put a 2004 motor in it. Now, we're gonna clean it up. It's a beautiful day. Got a little slight overcast. They say it's going to be raining. And then after that, I'm going up to the Reggae Festival, which is up in Mount Airy, Maryland. I think if I'm saying it correct, Mount Airy, Maryland, something like that. All right, let's get these bikes on the way. Let's get these bikes going. So hold on for a minute and bring the bike out, and we'll start cleaning it up. All right. Bike out a little bit. Bring the bike out. Show y'all how I clean my bike up. I like to put my bike up on the stands when I clean my bike. this thing is some cut. Like this. Too much. Thought this thing would be a little better than this, man. It seemed like, wow. Seemed like it ain't really too much. All right. Clean this baby up. I had to put my bike back up on the stands. Get it nice and ready. Oh, don't put any water. Do not put any water on my fairing tank, anything like that. Don't put that stuff. Show you what it's doing. Gotta get some stuff out of the cabinet. See, what am I looking for? This is my cabinet. Okay. Looking for this. Need this. Need my kit. What else do we need here? Okay. This is so far what I need in here. As far as my tires, I really don't like to mess with anything on my tires, but we may do that. So I think I may bring the bleach white out. Bring some bleach white. Oh, by the way, bleach white gets everything off of the tires. I mean, man, you talking about dirt. Woo, man. Dirt comes rolling right on off the tires. All right. This is what I use right here for my chain, clean it down. And this is what I'll be using to lube it back up. This is what I'll be using to clean my chain. Good old chain brush. Good chain brush right there. Clean my chain. All right, and I gotta. We're looking for this right here. Yep. All right, hook everything up. Hook everything up. And we're gonna wash this bike. Wash this bike down. That's what we're gonna do. Clean your bikes up, baby. bring my little seat. Put a little Dawn, because it cuts the grease. You know, I'm gonna put a little bit of Dawn on there. I don't have no more of my normal cleaner that I normally use, but I've used Dawn before. It cuts the grease. And basically, the Dawn is for when I do my wheels, when I do the inside of the rims, you know, the rims and stuff like that. That's what that's for. It's for that. So here we go. Start cleaning this. First thing I like to do is I like to wet down the pavement. I like to wet down the pavement because, you know, everybody knows you got concrete, the concrete driveway you see at the end. Just had that done. You know, so the Homeowners Association make you knock all that out. Any cracks, you got to get up. Any like oil spots, stains, stuff like that has to get up. So, I like to wet down the concrete so that way when the grease and stuff gets down, grease and everything gets down on it doesn't stay. Hopefully it doesn't dry up too fast. might need a little loud. Okay. Oh, the wife pays the water bill. So, can't use a lot of water. She was extremely upset. All right, so start cleaning this bike, folks. See if I can get you a better view of what I'm actually doing here. We're gonna clean and I like to clean the sprocket, chain and stuff first, and the wheels. I clean the chain and the wheels first. Then after that, I clean the rest of the bike. The rest of the bike is last. So, knock this out. Bike in neutral. So that way, hopefully, you see what I'm doing here. Tell you what, let's take the camera, see if we can move it back here. All right, so that way you get a better look at what I'm doing when I clean my sprocket, clean everything. Put the bike in neutral. You see how all of this just runs right off of it. Look at this. Look at that. Just runs right off of it. All that's just running right on off of it, man. Just running right on off of it. Should run right on off of it. So all you have to do really, brush it down, hose it down, and yeah, we have it. This thing, man. This thing is on my nerves, man. Comes undone. Tighten it back up. All right, back to the program, folks. Oh, my fellas today, they out riding. We all supposed to hook up this morning, but didn't work out. I have somewhere that I have to go. Ooh, look at that. Terrible up in here. Terrible. Now I'll take my dry brush, spray that down. Spray that down a little bit on there. And I will. You see, I don't use any soap and water to clean this pot. Just that. Try to keep the pods nice and, a little bit of that off of there. Now, I'll take my hose. Take my hose and hose it off. Get all of it. Chain gonna look brand spanking new, people. Brand spanking new. It's nothing like a nice clean motorcycle. It really doesn't take that long to do it. All right, and we'll hose it off. That dirt. You have it. Brand new. Yeah. Should have put some gloves on. I should have put some gloves on. Oh, I should have put some gloves on. Oh, man. Should have put some gloves on, people. There you go. Look at that chain. Oh, she looks brand new. She looks brand spanking new. Yeah. Brand new, people. She looks brand new. Hey. Chain looks brand new. Brand new chain. Nice. Beautiful chain. Look at this. Show y'all what it look like here. I'll give you a little close up. This chain here. Look at that. All that was gone. All of that was gone. She looks brand spanking new, man. Sprocket and all. Look good. Now, what I'll do is clean up the actual wheels itself. Man, this thing, man. This thing, god dang, man. This thing's so flimsy. Let me buy me a better stand. You see, I'm sweating like a mother. Look at me. Whoa, my goodness, man. Your boy sweating. All right. Now, I'm gonna clean up the wheels here. Give you a different position. I'm just gonna clean up the wheels. Clean up the wheels on the bike. I use my WD-40 and my brush. Really, ain't gonna make too much of a difference because I messed around and put water on everything now. So. Clean the wheels. Start with the rear. Like I say, I use dry brush. Start off with dry brush first because a lot of times water act as a repellent. When you it acts as a little shield on the grease. So. Now do the other side. You know, one day I used I was looking on YouTube and someone told me that, hey, you should use WD-40 on your rims or some type of, I think it was something they were saying they got the brake, what was it? What's in my cabinet? I don't think it was WD-40. It was some other type of spray stuff they were saying to get off of there. I forgot what it was. Oh my goodness, I hate that. There's grease up here, baby. Oh, any of this stuff, to be honest with you, should never let it just sit on your bike. You know, especially if you got aluminum parts. It will discolor your parts. I don't care what anyone says. Once you put that stuff on, especially bleach white, you can't let bleach white sit. You know, some people say, I've watched some videos where they would say, okay, well, let it sit for about a good, X amount of minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that for bleach white. No. Don't let that stuff sit. Don't let it sit. Don't let it sit. Once you spray it on, wash it right off. Once you spray that stuff on, and spray that stuff right on off. Remember what I said, it's an old bike. But, as I said in my last video, it's my bike. She's my bike. It's an old bike, but it's my bike. You know? So, try to clean her up as much as possible. Keep it clean. I gotta move a little fast. This stuff right here, you want to sit in here. You know, let me sit in there and get it nice and cleaned up. All right, now it's time to wash these up, wash your own. Like I said, with the grease, stuff like that, this stuff won't stay on the driveway. Those would be my fellas. I can hear them. So y'all can hear in the background, you hear the motorcycles in the background. Those would be my guys. Y'all hear that? Those would be my guys, man. They gone riding without me. I'll catch them probably tomorrow. I would move up to the front wheel. Got the rear wheel and the we'll do the same thing to the front wheel. bleach white. After I clean the bike, after I clean her up, so clean the brush back off, took the grease out of the brush. I've been cleaning my bike for years. Like I say, the original wheels and everything. When I mean the original wheels, this bike has been through quite a bit, folks. Put some bleach white on the brush. Clean the wheels. Messages. Probably missed some stuff. You gotta excuse me because I'm trying to it's kind of like a rush job because also I have somewhere to go. I got an hour and a half drive and I gotta get myself together. Now, like I said, hose it off. It's humid out here too. Yeah, it's humid. I've been using bleach white for years. There's some mixed reviews on it because I feel as though people don't know how to use it. I've been using it for years, but like I said, you can't let it sit. Don't let it sit. I use it, get the grease off of, if I have grease, put a little grease on my tires, I'll use that. Like I say, you can't let it sit. Can't let it sit. Keep the driveway, keep your pavement, if you don't want your pavement messed up with grease stains, just keep it, a little wet. So that way the grease will have somewhere to run off, the dirt grease have somewhere to run off, instead of sitting on your pavement. All right. Wheels are cleaned up. You know what? Fuck it. I think I'm gonna go ahead on and put some water on the bike. This will be like, I've had this bike since 2004. I've had this bike since 2004. And I've only put water on this bike probably about, I want to say maybe about, this probably would be, if I do it today, it'd be the fourth time that I've ever put water on this bike. You know, I mean, as far as the fairings and stuff, as you see, you know, it got little, you know, nicks and stuff came from when I was going about 5-10 miles an hour and messed around and failed, talking, running my mouth on the phone. And I was in DC and hit the curb and, you know, failed. All right, enough of that. Then on the other side, someone actually knocked the bike over. So, you know. She ain't the cleanest bike in the world. And guess what, folks? My bike. I love this bike. I think Hayabusa is probably the best thing that could have ever happened to me. Well, along with other things, but I'm talking about as far as motorcycles. And I clean my brushes off. Same thing, bleach white, clean my brushes off. Clean off my brushes. Clean off the brushes. Again, all the daggone, man, this stuff just runs right on off. It's grease. Grease and everything just runs right on off. Clean off all the brushes. All right, now, did that. Now what I have to do is take the bike down the street, warm the chain up so I can lube it. Once I clean the chain and everything, once the chain and everything is done, then we can come back, do the rest. I ain't gonna take me that long though, people, you know. You know, I wish there was a way that I could pause this thing, man. Can't even pause this thing, man. If anybody know how to pause, I got a DJI Action 4. You know how to put the recordings on pause? Let me know in the comments section, please. Also, don't forget, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. You know, I got more content coming. Take this bike now and warm this chain up so I can lube it down. Warm the chain up because you don't want to let the chain sit. You don't want to let the chain sit too long because what happens is rust will start setting in on this metal. You don't want that. It's not something you want. Right back. Take the bike down the street, warm it up. Folks, back. Warm the chain up. Also, that cleaned off the wheels. See it. Got the chain nice and warmed up. just gonna kick the rear up. And move it down a little bit. This session, I don't need to put it in neutral again. And low. Spray a little bit of lube. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for 2,000 people, she rock and roll, man. Oh, she rock and roll for 2,000. Now, I've done that. Certain parts of the bike, I need to get some water down in there. Get some water down in that thing, man. Number one, bleach white. Down there where the fork area is. I try not to put anything on the electrical parts. I don't care what anyone says. You know, they hear people say, you know, it's good for the electrical components. No, not really. Water damages everything. And you guys know that. You know, water damages everything. You don't want to mess around with this water stuff, man. The water tear your bike parts up, make your bike parts look bad. Certain parts you'll forget. If you have compressed air, I'm using this brush to get down, and this brush to get down in where the fork's at. If you have compressed air, that's good to use to get the dirt compressed. To blow the water off. My apologies. Blow the water off. Like I said, I had this bike since 2000. Since 2004. She ain't the fastest bike, but it's my bike. It's my bike. And them forks, you don't want to take your bike to the shop and they say, man, I ain't been keeping this bike up. Well, and everybody know, the man Cuts keep his bikes clean, man. Well, I try to keep them clean. You know, for 2000, a lot of people that see the bike says, man, it's a clean bike. It's a beautiful bike. I try to keep my bike clean. Try to keep it clean. dirt up under here. It's been that long, folks. It's been that long. Boy, it's humid out here. It is humid. Yeah, I missed it, baby. I know y'all seen me do this part again, but honestly, I forgot. Slipped my mind that I already cleaned this part because of the chain. Didn't dawn on me till after I looked at the chain. So now, I'm gonna have to wet a rag and wipe this side down with just clear water